Hi guys, and welcome back to round 20 of the Gentlemen's Racing League in Mexico. Right away you can see I did not qualify, and that was deliberate, but more on that in a second here. So let's watch the start. 5 lights, and away we go. As you can see, I'm starting on mediums right next to Doogie, and Doogie is getting an absolutely massive launch. For me, not so much, but I'm always struggling with the starts. And now the AI of Torsi is also going easily around the outside there. So I should have probably been a lot more aggressive here into turn 1. But I'm always a bit hesitant to risk my front wing. Yeah, now that everything has calmed down a bit, maybe a few more words on my strategy. So as I said, I did deliberately not qualify. And that is just to save a few % on tire wear. So I figured out in practice that a medium to hards should just about be possible as a strategy, but every single % of tire wear is really critical, because after maybe 40% the tires get really slippery. Yeah, the car felt unstable and I lost quite a bit of race time. So I knew I had to basically preserve my tires a lot, and that's why I thought it would be worth for me to actually not qualify at all and have just those extra few %. So around 5% it was that I saved on the mediums. Also now, as you can see, the first lap here, I actually did not attack the Williams at all. I have no reason to get by immediately. Now they're starting to drop a bit of a gap to Keen in front, so I have to get past soon. But for the first lap there was absolutely no point, because I had to do some tire saving anyway. And it's not too critical, because everyone else will almost have to do a 2-stop. I can afford to lose these couple seconds here, just not risk anything and save the tires. Not get any wheel spin or lockups, nothing. After 2 laps of basically chilling here behind Kleeb, I feel like I have to get past now, because there's a bit of a gap opening up to Keen in front, who has also started on the mediums, and I will have to fight him directly because he is on the same strategy. Yeah, at this point I decide to start using my ERS here to just get past easily in the straight. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. I also am running a really low downforce setup, so I think 2.6 wings, which is I think slightly lower than what you would usually expect. So here with ERS, past Kleeb, also quite an easy move. Kleeb didn't fight it very hard here. A few laps later then, in clean air, I managed to catch up to Keen, who, as I said, did start on the mediums as well, and he is on the same strategy. So Doogie in the Mercedes, as you can see on the minimap, is quite a few positions up, but he actually ended up doing a medium soft 2-stop. So essentially just the same strategy as most drivers, but in reverse. While me and Keen did a medium to hard 1-stop. And yeah, again here Keen, basically there's no point obviously to defend in this long straight with DRS. And with my also low wings, it's really easy to make the overtake. Lap 15 then, my pit stop. And as you can see, I don't have to do actually a whole lot of on-track overtakes. And that's the whole point behind the strategy. I can just drive in clean air essentially all the time. And it's a bit of a challenge because of how slippery these mediums and hards get towards the end of their lifespan. But it's clean air all the way through. And obviously 1 stop less, so I can afford to take it a bit slower and drive a bit more cautious. So lap 22 I rejoined behind my teammate with me on the hard tires. Romanov, however, still has to make another stop, so he will be going for another set of mediums at the end of this lap, I believe. But since his mediums were really old at this point, I decided to attack him anyway, because I would probably lose some time in the middle sector on him, since his tires were just gone pretty much. So I decided to go for it here, and now it's just again some more clean air racing. As you can see there, Doogie just did his final stop. He's 4 seconds behind on fresh softs with 7 laps to go. And as you can imagine, he will be absolutely rapid on those tires. But, quite interestingly, he did get a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pits. So normally I wouldn't fight him at all here, because there's no way I can hold off a a guy who's so fast as he is on fresh softs on my old hards. But since there are only, well, now 6 laps left, and he still has to do the overtake plus actually gain 5 seconds on me, right? So I actually have the chance to fight him for the win here. And even though he gains so much time, I just have to make it as difficult as I can for him to overtake me. You can see here he didn't even get DRS, just about. So it will be another lap that he will be stuck behind me. And yeah, I mean, every sector that I can keep him behind me is gonna make it more difficult for him to drive out the gap that he needs to make within the last 6 laps here. Of course, if nothing goes wrong, he can still do it, but yeah, I'll do my best to make it as challenging as I can here for him. And you can see here now he's all over my gearbox, but I won't be giving him a millimeter extra, so putting it in overtake and reach here even on the smallest straight to keep him behind even in this middle sector here. And as you can see, I'm defending quite furiously here. Because, yeah, for example, just this small sector here probably cost him a second that he now has to gain within the last few laps. Right? And now again, here through the stadium, it's so dependent on the grip of your tires. Probably also cost him quite a bit of time. So that part was good. Obviously now in the straight there's absolutely no chance I can hold him. I'm out of ERS and he will get DRS on me, so no chance to hold him anymore, but my job's done here. So I have to just do the best pace I can now on these old hards for the last few laps and hope that I can stay within 5 seconds. It's gonna be quite difficult, but yeah, as you can see, sadly I didn't quite manage it. So Doogie did gain twice as much time as he needed and finished with 6 seconds in the lead. So Doogie won that one on pure skill again. But for me, yeah, I didn't have a lot of wheel-to-wheel battles, but this was a lot of fun for me for once to do the old strategy and do some clean air running in the races. I enjoy that quite a bit. So I hope you guys also enjoyed the race, and see you next week in Brazil. Bye bye.